Hey everybody, today let's dive into the opening scene of the Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan arriving at the Trade Federation Blockade. Here we have our opening shot, the Republic transport. It's the first spaceship seen in the movie, and it looks cool. It seems large, it has a neat design, it's speeding through space, clearly a powerful vehicle. This is then followed up by the reveal of the Trade Federation Blockade, instantly conveying a sense of threat, and encouraging us to cheer for the heroes. This shot tells us that the heroes may have a big cool starship, but the bad guys have a lot more, and therefore the heroes are the underdogs. It also confirms the imagery of the opening crawl. Naboo surrounded by deadly battleships. Naboo is the Star Wars planet that looks most similar to Earth, and this intentionally helps the audience connect with it and empathize with its plight before even meeting any characters. The Jedi are first shown with their backs to the camera, shrouded in robes. This gives them an aura of mystery, engaging the audience in wondering who these shadowy figures are.
Captain.
Yes, sir.
Notice that the woman is referred to as Captain, indicating that she is the highest ranking on the ship, but she clearly defers to Qui-Gon and still refers to him as Sir. This, combined with Qui-Gon speaking in a serious and commanding tone, conveys to viewers that Qui-Gon is a very important person with authority from beyond the ship's context. It's also worth pointing out that the ship's captain is a woman, something unacknowledged and treated very casually by the film, making it a good example of realistically diverse casting. It normalizes having women in positions of power naturally within the story, promoting diversity and workplace equality in a subtle way without pandering.
Tell them we wish to board at once.
Here we see Qui-Gon still in control, wielding some high authority. He doesn't call the Trade Federation himself. He instead instructs the captain to do it for him. Him being introduced by someone else sends a signal to the Trade Federation that he is a figure of high status and has authority over them. The formal approach is a warning shot, telling the Trade Federation to take the Jedi seriously and treat them, and by extension the Republic and the laws they represent, with proper deference.
With all due respect, the ambassadors for the Supreme Chancellor wish to board immediately.
The captain opts to add, with all due respect for the Trade Federation, a line Qui-Gon omitted from his instruction. This can be seen as demonstrating the difference between internal and external communication. Internally, the Republic representatives speak forcefully against the corporation's wrongdoings, but publicly they water it down for the sake of politeness. The idea behind this is, of course, that being polite in speech to those you disagree with fosters civil discussion of issues and ideas. This is true in general, but as the captain will find out soon, politeness is only effective when the other side is participating in good faith. When the opposing side of the disagreement, or at least its main spokespeople, are acting in bad faith to win a perceived fight rather than to have a real discussion, politeness comes across as weakness to be exploited. In this case, if the Trade Federation had really been open to discussion, debate, and resolution for solving their problems, then the politeness would likely have helped to open their minds and prevented them from getting too defensive. But as they were bad faith actors, merely following orders from Darth Sidious, rather than trying to really solve an issue, the captain's politeness gets her nowhere, and the Trade Federation destroys her and her ship anyway. Dealing with such bad faith actors requires a blunter approach, showing steadfast conviction until open dialogue can again be restored. This theme carries through the entire saga, as our generational heroes slowly learn to balance strict formality and honest conviction. Also, Nute Gunray showing up on the display screen further indicates the earlier power dynamics the Jedi hoped to convey. He appears alone, exposed, and vulnerable, centered in view with a lot of empty space to either side. This visually indicates his vulnerability in the situation.
Yes, of course. As you know, our blockade is perfectly legal.
These are not the words of an innocent man. At this point, Nute Gunray is trying to play the situation off as normal, that nothing's wrong with his company's actions. This is standard defense for white-collar criminals. He starts by saying, "Go ahead and investigate, I'm doing everything by the book." And then when he starts worrying about the investigation and how it might actually affect him, he tries to weasel out, blame others, or thwart the investigations. It's also very telling that Gunray's first reaction is to defend his actions as perfectly legal. He knows that they are illegal, and might cause trouble for him, so he tries to preempt what he sees as the threat, that his true corruption will be exposed. Bringing up the supposed legality is also a veiled warning to the ambassadors that they need to be careful because he will challenge them in a court of law if they try to investigate him too closely. But for now, Gunray keeps up the polite veneer.
And we'd be happy to receive the ambassadors.
His words are polite and welcoming enough, but everything else indicates otherwise. The music swells with rising tension. The camera suddenly cuts to reveal a group of hulking battleships. The Trade Federation ships have an inherently menacing design as well, shaped as a ring with one opening. The implication is that our hero's ship will be completely surrounded and trapped inside once it enters, almost like a Venus flytrap. This further increases the tension, and also visually foreshadows the upcoming events. We then get another shot of the blockade around Naboo, reminding us the sheer size of the blockade and the stakes our Jedi heroes will face as they approach the tense situation. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this deep dive interesting. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below with your thoughts on today's topic. And as always, think critically, be creative, and have a great day.